Welcome one and all to today, and a very exciting day it is, for today is the day we learn how to play Zephyr song, which is quite a bit different from Kefir song.
Oh, milky yogurt, a favorite of Bert.
Anyways, this video is for Fruitkiss, Kurt Hodge, and Giannis Baby Blues, but before anybody flies away on anything, I hope you don't mind if I take just a moment to thank the following people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club: DF, Dan Felix, no relation, that's two people, and Isam Ahmed. Folks, thank you very, very, very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link, of course, is in the description. There are two lines in the intro, and they're a little bit different. So let's take care of the first one first. It's going to be A12, D10, G12. Followed by 10, 9, 10. Same strings. Now maybe John Frusciante does this next one off the E string, but I'm more comfortable at the A string, so I'm going to do A7, D5, G4. And the fourth one is 8, 7, 5. 12, 10, 12. 10, 9, 10. 7, 5, 4. 8, 7, 5. And in the second line, the first two shapes are different. So it's going to be 12, 10, 9, which is just like the third shape, right? But starting on 12. 12, 10, 9. Then 10, 9, 7, which is just like the fourth shape, but on the 10th fret. 10, 9, 7, same thing. 7, 5, 4, and 8, 7, 5. And that is your intro. Now, the verse may seem like a lot, but don't worry, there's actually a pattern here that's going to help you remember it. That said, feel free to make it simpler, make it your own, or make it more complicated if you're weird like that. But what's going to happen is you're going to pluck each of the notes of the chord first. And notice I'm just walking my fingers. Then I'm going to go back to the lowest note, but I'm going to use my ring finger because I need my pinky finger to grab G12, then G10, then G9. And notice that 12, 10, 9 are exactly the frets that my fingers are on when I'm making the chord, and that's what helps me remember what the G string does. Same story, relatively speaking, with the second chord. Now my fingers are on 10, 9, 7, so the G string is going to go 10, 9, 7. Again with the third chord, now my fingers are on 7, 5, 4, so that's what the G string's gonna do. But the third one's gonna be different. It's gonna be G string, 9, 7, D string, 10, 9. So now I'll do that whole thing for you. Take 732. Notice you don't go back to the lowest note that second time on the last chord. You go straight up to that G9. The second time through the verse, there are variations, and I'm going to do them one at a time, and you can do them or not, or you can throw them in whenever you care to or not, depending on how you're feeling in that exact moment. But I want to point out that the root note of each of these are A on the 12th fret. So this one is going to be the A minor one. It's minor. This one is the G one. This one is the E minor one. And this one is the F one. So we got A minor, G, E minor, and F. So I can refer to them as we're doing these now one by one for you to put in whenever you want or don't. All right, the first A minor variation is going to start just the same. Then we're going to grab G12 just like before, but then B10 and G9. Now this is super duper nitpicky, but the G variation is super similar. We're not going to go back to the low note. But what he does do, and who knows if this was by accident or on purpose, but it's G and B strings 10th fret, then G, 9, and then 7. The E minor variation, the third chord, is going to start just the same, including going back to the low note, then grab G7 just like before, but then we're going to grab B5 and G5. And of course, the first verse ends with the most signature of the F moves. It's going to be this one. Just A8, D9, D10 twice. There's nothing worse than a guitarist or a bandmate, for that matter, with an ego, and one of the things I love about John Frusciante is that he had the good sense to step to the side and let Flea have the spotlight in the chorus. Our chorus part is just D. Just strum it once and let it ring out. Awesome. G, A. You can tell that he's using the bar chords, but same difference. You choose. G, A. And that's it. In the second verse after the chorus, there's one variation that we didn't hear in the first verse, and again, feel free to ignore this or use this anywhere you want. It's on the F section. Do your chord, and then the G string is going to go 7, 9, 7 as a slide, 5, 7, 9. I love this solo for its consistency. Now, on the record, I hear some slidey things that suggest perhaps the first time he's here and the second time he's here, but it's the same thing, so I'm just going to do it on the E string. It's easier for me to remember anyways. 12, 10, 12, 12. 10, 12, bend the B string 12th fret, and then down to B10. The second half is very similar, but starts with 10 and 8. Up to 12, and same B string action. The second half of the solo is a mirror image, but we're going to add the G string 9th fret at the end. So do a little frog hop with your pointer finger if you want. Now the rhythm section for the solo, if there was a rhythm section, nobody's playing chords under him, of course, but Flea's doing stuff, and they amount to the same chords that he's doing in the verse. A minor, G major, E minor, and F major. You can play them like that, or you can play them as A minor, G, E minor, F, but either way, when we get to the whoa whoa section, John Frusciante comes back in because he's done with his solo with these kind of chords, but he's strumming away at them. A minor, G, E minor, and F. Play them this way, play them this way, it doesn't matter. The outro, of course, extends out of the last chorus, and it's the same chords, D, G, and A, but you get to feel really cool because we're going way up here. Take your regular D shape and move it up one octave, 12 frets to 14 and 15. Pluck away. I'm going just low to high in triplets. And sometimes he sus4s, pinky finger on the baby E string, 15th fret. Then we're going to have G16, B15, E15. It's getting crowded, but that's like baby F-shaped G, right? And then up 2 frets to baby F-shaped A. The last time, A, G, A, and then D like this. 15, 17, 19, 19, 17 is the end of the song. And that's how you play Zephyr Song, but I have a thesis on this channel, and it is this. If you learn to play every single song you've ever wanted to play, you will by accident learn how to play the guitar. And that brings me to my new segment, which I'm calling
What's the Lesson Here? Starring Miss Poopadoo.
Oh, hello, and welcome. Now, I could go on for 45 minutes about Zephyr Song, but in each of these little end segments, I'm just going to touch on one topic, zoom in on one topic, and over time, you'll see these topics repeat, and we'll start to understand the fretboard quite a bit more. I want to talk about those two mysterious shapes in the intro. The first one you'll recognize, of course, and you may not recognize it, but if I did this, you would see that it's a C7 shape. Here's the C major scale, and let's talk about C. It's the easiest scale to talk about because there's no sharps or flats. If we put this shape down where C goes, we've got the notes C, E on the D string 2nd fret, B flat, that's G, G sharp, A, B flat on the G string 3rd fret, and then C again, but that is none of our concern at this moment. It's not in Zephyr song, of course. So we've got the root, the 3rd, and, well, B flat. It's the flat 7. It's the note that comes in between the 6th and 7th note of the scale, the dominant 7. That's what makes C7 C7. So this, being that in Zephyr song, it's on the 10th and 9th frets, this would be a G note. It's a G7 chord. The other one now employs, it's almost the same, but this D string note is 1 fret lower. Now we need to look at the C minor scale. If we could do this down where C goes, it would be a C minor chord. C, the root. 1 note lower than E is, of course, E flat, the minor 3rd. And then this would be, again, B flat. That's a note in the C minor scale. It's the 7th note, so this shape is a minor 7 shape. In Zephyr song, what we're really playing is, since that's on the 12th fret, A minor 7 and G7. Thank you for joining me. And with that, we hope one tiny little thing is a tiny little bit less mysterious. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was fun and helpful, and I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye. I can't see. I can't see. What do I do? Oh.